gradom. Tužno moje leto, pevaj sa mnom. Leto je, a tebi u srcu je hladno. Ubila si mene tako mladom. Leto je, a ja pijan lutam ovim gradom. Tužno moje leto, pevaj sa mnom. Leto je, oje, leto je, oje, leto je, oje, leto je, leto je, oje, leto je, oje, leto je, oje, leto je.
Gletujem. Haha, McFatwood, pičko jedna je.
Gde si ti, a ja samo ćutim i sipa moje. Jer sve što kažem bila bi laž, da li znaš? Po klubovima krvarim ko ranjena zver. Više na more, koža boje cimenta. O moj Bože, kako dobro izgleda. Do zore lumpujem, a u stvari ja zbog tebe tugujem. Leto je, a tebi u srcu je hladno. Ubila si mene tako mladom. Leto je, a ja pijan lutam ovim gradom. Tužno moje leto, pevaj sa mnom. Leto je, oje, leto je, oje, leto je, oje, leto je.
We're keeping it Balkan today. We're keeping it Balkan with cliches for the Balkan people, but very new songs for the rest of you. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The woman with the most Balkan female voice of all time. And no, it's not cigarettes induced. It's something in the genes. I don't fucking know.
Znaj da se prezivam, ne verujem. Jer kada odeš, jako me zebe. Ja plešem, put me zove, nisam dete. Tebi treba sestra, ti bi da me merkaš. Ja plešem, put me zove. Imaš mišiće da otvoriš vrata i pokažeš ceo stan. Ti si tako ja. I kada pređem preko praga, čini mi se da pitaš me da li imam ja nešto da dam. Da ti dam, da ti dam. U stepenicama da divljam i zaključam sile, sentimenti, sram. Da ti dam, da ti dam. U stepenicama da ja te vučem, luče ti bi da se svučem. Treba mi je
Ajde!
Lažeš ko jebeni playback. Ostaću kući u crveno obučena kada sve u mene vuče. Treba mi jebeni magic. Lažeš ko jebeni playback.
Obamna.
Ostaću kući u crveno obučena kada sve u mene vuče.
Obungler.
Jer kada odeš,
I'm gonna obung. I'm obunging. Oh my god, these obungs.
Plešem, put me zove, nisam dete. Tebi treba sestra, Ja plešem, put me zove. Imaš mišiće da otvoriš vrata I pokažeš ceo stan. Ti si tako
De Julio, that's funny.
I kada pređem preko praga, čini mi se da pitaš me da li imam ja nešto da dam. Da ti dam, da ti dam. U stepenicama da divljam I zaključam sile, sentimenti I sram. Da ti dam, da ti dam. U stepenicama da ja te vučem, vuče ti bi da se...
Ajde, it's Wednesday, which is the new Thursday, which is the new Friday, which means I said open wide today. I went to the dentists. I went to the OGs in chat. No, which ones. The ones that were taking care of my cavities. The ladies that like to gossip as they drill into my mouth. Yet again, I told them I have great difficulty breathing through my nose. And yet again, they still put the big plastic thing in my mouth, which made it very difficult for me to breathe with my mouth that I needed to breathe through. So yeah, very painful. I can feel the holes, same like last time, on where the injections went in that were supposed to pacify the pain receptors. I did 3 teeth today. I stayed there. I stayed on the operating table for around 1 hour and 1 hour and 10 minutes. She cracked a lot of jokes, played heavy metal music in the background, which I'm not sure if that made me more comfortable and more like, feeling very strong, or if that made me feel really bad. But we did it, chat, officially. Officially, zero cavities Ugopnik here. That's like at least around 30 cavities less than Asmongold. So I'm the reverse Asmongold officially. I'm so clean that my mask is white. This is white. Everything except my soul is white. Because we clean as shit in here. And my teeth might hurt. And I might be suffering. The most suffering man in the world, you Gopnik. But I'm still here for my fucking chat, okay? So, if I am a little bit slow, it's because there are drugs in my teeth. If I'm a little bit stupid, it's because there are drugs in my teeth. If I say something that is slightly anti-Semitic, yes, it's because there's drugs in my teeth. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Cry for our foreskin boy. Yes. Look. Oh, look, I'm opening my foreskin. Oh, that's a feeling you will never have. Anyways, yes, I will be suffering immensely, okay? Doing the best job in the world for the best community in the world. Everybody please feel extremely sorry for me. Oh no, he went to the dentist, yet he showed up to the best community in the world and in the best job in the world. Everybody cry for me. Come on. Everybody be like F's in chat because you feel very sorry for me. My life is very hard. And I will also, this very bad rakia. That I hate. I'm like, oh no, I hate my life so much. No. Thank you for feeling for me. Oh my God. If you would like to make me feel a little bit less bad, donate $6 a month. Free through Prime. Subscribe. Oh no, I am suffering. I am the most disadvantaged class of people in the world. Twitch streamers, no. Cheers, chat. It's a pleasure being here. I hope you're all good. But yes, give me money because I am suffering. Very good. Anyways, yeah, I went there. Before then, I went to get a haircut. And guys, the situation is not that good, man. Situation ain't that good, man. Man, samo 20 godina stara. Ova jedna bugarska, znaš kako je dobra je. Njihove od grožđija koje su ove odležale su super. Pod odležale mislim da su stari. 8 godišnja mislim da je. But yes, I went to the barber as well before going to the haircut person. Oh, thank you, bitchless loser. Oh my God, thank you so much. Oh, I'm suffering so much less now. She's subbing my Yugo till my stream Twitch. Yeah, baby. But what did I want to say? Oh yeah, it's not looking good. Chat, I gotta tell you, it's not looking good. You know what was the first thing that my barber said? You know what it was? It was like, yeah, we gotta edit the haircut a little bit. And I'm like, why? And he's like, your hairline, bro. We gotta. I'm not sure we can do the same like hairstyle anymore, bro. Maybe a little bit like a different, like maybe like let it be a little bit longer in the front so that we can like slick it back, bro. And I'm like, oh no. Oh shit. That's painful. But it's not that bad. Like it's still like it's invisible unless I notice it. You know the type of bitch I have. No, I'm not showing you. I'm showing you at 5,000 subs. It's like I got full set of hair, but there's a weird line that passes through here, right? Like I have hair here, I have hair here, I have hair in the back, I have hair everywhere. But there's just a weird line. So I can't do like cool haircuts. I always got to have like a slight slick back here that covers it. Or wear a mask 24/7. So yeah, please don't make fun of me. I am trying to be I'm trying to basically use you as a free therapist. Okay. Sub for Turkey trip, guys. I will. Sorry, like I do subscribe to some gender norms, and one of those gender norms is like dudes do not go and get surgery for hair. We just gotta rock through it, man. It happens to the best of us, brother. I don't know, man. No, I don't give a shit, man. Like, I genuinely could not give a flying fuck. I just, especially because I wear masks on my shit, so it's not going to impact my career. Y'all are not going to be like, man, I can't listen to this guy no more. Can't take that guy seriously no more. He ain't even got hair, man. I only get my opinions from males with hair. Today's drip is very Balkan drug dealer. Fucking some Lacoste bullshit that I got as a gift because it's white. The Supreme hat because it's fucking phenomenal. It's very comfortable. We got the Aura ring. We got the gold normal ring from my mother. We got the Gabagool chain on here. Very cliche. And I got the vest. I got the Coke man vest. Okay, Coke boy vest. Nothing too crazy, but still pretty decent. Hugo, please tell me you'll get hair implants. I can't goon to the idea of you looking like... No, I still have a full set of hair. They're just like a slight thing that started happening. And I'm already a very old man. I'm 48 years old. So it's pretty normal for it now when I'm 52 years old that it starts. You know, in my young age of 57. You know, they said it's going to start at 60, and now I'm 62, and it's fine that it's happening. How are you guys? If anybody died since the last stream, please do tell me, because whether you are in heaven or in hell, you definitely have access to YouGopnik Twitch as well. Oh yeah, yesterday I started, finally, everybody kept telling me to start it. And you know what I started? Wait, now I can't remember. I'm trying to remember so bad. Oh my God, I can't remember. Anime, I'm not drunk yet, trust me. Anime. Attack on Titan. Attack on the drugs. Everybody told me to start it, and I finally started it. Attack on Titan. The first 4 episodes were borderline unwatchable, like anime cliche on top of anime cliche. It was really bad. I was like, why did people recommend me this? Like, I thought I created a more elitist image of myself in front of other people. I thought people took me more seriously than recommending me this fucking anime torture porn bullshit. And then I watched episode 5, and I was like, okay, this shit is kind of fucking lit. I feel myself slowly turning into am I rooting for a very small Adolf Hitler here? But I'm sure it's going to get more complex through the episodes. A lot of comrades recommended it, including you guys, including my IRL comrades. So let's see. Let's see. I'm being open-minded right now. It looks good. Yeah, and anime was a mistake. I can already see. Watch Ander again. We are talking about Attack on Titan. Nice to see you. I don't think so. And I don't know. I'm on episode 10 or 11, which was the new 6-7, and it's very good. Pokey starting us out with a real good, real thick 10. Everybody say salute to this polka dot ass motherfucker. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for the first 10. Thank you very much for supporting my slow healing process from going to the dentist. Thank you very much. I recommend One Piece. Yes, I like One Piece, and I'm still watching One Piece on and off. But I thought this chat would lose its mind when I said it. I watched Attack on Titans because all of you have been pestering me to watch it, and my IRL comrades also were pestering me to watch it. I thought it was like a show that like commies love. So like I'm el surprise. I'm a little bit surprise. No, ladies, stop dancing. Let's get into the news. Before we do, our producer, who you pay for Always remember, 10% of everything their show makes goes to the producer. The more their show makes, the more the producer makes. We have a new segment where we start out with a general overview of the news and everything that you might have missed. This is a very, very fast summary from pretty much every big / reputable / interesting news source. So from Press TV, we have news about the U.S. Navy denying near daily requests from shipping industry for military escorts. From Iran Wire, we have IRGC said that American and Israeli banks in the region could become potential targets. The main news from Reuters is that Sri Lanka court ordered 84 Iranian sailors' bodies to be handed to Iranian embassy. And Associated Press says that a Thai cargo ship off the coast of Oman in the Strait of Hormuz, setting in the blaze. What? Yes, the ship is ablaze. Japan, Germany, and Austria plan on releasing large quantities of oil reserves. Next, from Al-Alam, we have missile attacks on the Al-Adiri helicopter base, which wounded, apparently, according to them, over 100 U.S. soldiers. We have another missile attack targeted at the Muhammad Al-Ahmad and Ali Al-Salem naval bases. From Al-Alam / Haaretz, that all of you know about, we learned that, we're going to cover that immediately, that Spain dismissed ambassador to Israel and withdrew head of diplomatic mission. Spain continues being absurdly based. Okay. All this trouble to get through the Strait of Hormuz. Why not use the gaze of Hormuz? You know you're my favorite, but I'm about to ban you. I'm kidding. That was fucking hilarious. Al Jazeera. Patriot launcher deployed near NATO radar base in Turkey. I refuse to say Turkey. UK has banned this year's Al-Quds Day march in London because, of course, it has. A slight overview of the number of dead. Unfortunately, we have to do this. What we currently think is that Iran has lost over 1,255 people and over 12,000 have been wounded. TZ 13 killed, 1,929 wounded. US 8 killed, 140 to 150 injured. In Lebanon, over 570 have been killed. In Iraq, 15 have died. Jordan has 14 injured. Kuwait has 6 killed. Bahrain has 2 killed. Saudi Arabia has 2 killed. Qatar has 16 injured. UAE has 6 killed. And the entire European economy of going to the UAE to get shat on in the mouth for money, and vice versa. The cultural pinnacle of Emirati culture, which is paying people to shit in their mouth. And in Oman, we have 1 person killed. I hope it's not Wow Mao, who, by the way, I think he lives in one of the Gulf countries. I'm not sure it's Oman. Maybe it's Kuwait. I'm not sure. And I don't think I'm doxing him because he made a video about it, okay? And in other news, AP says that federal government demands for info up front about membership of this Jewish group called UPEN. Man taken into custody today after driving his van into security barrier outside the White House. Orban ordered authorities to hold $82 million in seized Ukrainian cash and gold. And Al Jazeera, floods in Kenya unfortunately took the lives of 42 people, as you can see from the photo, of disgusting scenes, horrible scenes. And 10 countries in the Americas have seen the worst year for journalism in the region, where the U.S. has suffered the most out of all the countries in the wider region. That is your. Come on, we need like a thing like Democracy Now does. You're fine, Cuphead. This is the first try. You did very well. Do better, but this is good. Let's invent like a quip, the way Democracy Now has a quip. I could say, and this was Burrito News because it's really nicely and tightly wrapped. Or this was for your mom's news today because it's nicely and tightly wrapped as well. I'm sorry. Thank you for coming to the Democracy Doesn't Exist report. My name is Amy Badman, and this was the War and War Report. Thank you for listening to the War and War Report. Yeah, War and War Report is decent. We're going to work. We're going to work on it. Okay. Do you like it? 1, if you like this little wrap-up in the beginning. 2, if you don't like it. 3, if you don't care. Okay? I think this is very decent because it gives you the main points being spewed by many, many different news agencies. And it gets everyone in the stream up to date to the conversation so that we can immediately jump into any point, any conversation point while everybody, is up to date. Almost all of them are one. Cuphead, you don't get to vote for your own presentation, you freak. You fucking freak. One, but requires extra focus. I agree. And it needs to be written a bit more streamline it a little bit more, Cuphead. But it's good. Everybody says 1. Okay, excellent. Thank you, Per Tenebras, for your 5 gifties. All subscribers also support our lovely, lovely producer here that manages to get us stuff like this. Makes the show a little bit more professional, but we will never forget our roots, and we refuse to be fully professional because fully, quote-unquote, professional media is a thing of the past. I want to be able to call motherfuckers cringe and circumcised here, okay? We ain't never, I am serious, man. I am about to cover politics very seriously because there's nothing serious about it. There's a fucking orange man with a micro penis who rapes children that is running an empire in decline against Iran, who's shooting rockets at places where people go and get paid to be shat on. That is the world we live in, okay? And while there is immense suffering in it, I refuse to take covering such a ridiculous timeline seriously, okay? I will never take myself that seriously. Did you hear that Romania is planning to host the U.S. war machine? Everybody's hosting the U.S. war machine. Romania to host U.S. refueling planes and surveillance gear for Iran war. Yeah, I think Bulgaria also hosts some shit. The Albanians are begging them to host some shit. It's classic. We love you, Hugo. No, I love you. Professional dirtbag, shitbag. Well, when you put it like that, there's a Cheeto in the White House. Dumbest timeline continuously confirmed. Funniest timeline. Well, Romania wants to have the biggest one. Romania and Albania competing over who gets to have bigger base. I'm going to have the biggest base. Romania says, we will circumcise 90% of our boys. Albania says, we will circumcise 100% of our boys and our women. All of a sudden, Albania becomes, pro-trans rights. Albania all of a sudden like, oh, a woman can have a penis. That's pretty chill. Only so that it can outcompete Romania's larger population in the battle for circumcising more people as I don't know, a tribute to Baal or some shit. Thank you, Richard Nixon, Ouija board. Thank you very much for paying forward the sub. Meanwhile, the Hungarians across the border are all like, I'm gonna take Ukrainian money. It's a hilarious timeline. Romania's like, can I have base, please? Can I have base? Hungary's like, I want Ukrainian money. The Serbs are like, we are no longer exporting oil. The world is ending. Serbia's on its on its like survivalist arc, because Serbia's like taking this the most seriously out of the entirety of Europe. Serbia is literally saying like, we are exporting nothing. Fucking start like barrels in basements right now, right? Which they will either end up looking like completely insane, or they'll end up looking very smart. Croatia is on its super based arc. It's like, I fucking hate Israel, and everybody's like, who asked you? Like, you're not like relevant to this conversation whatsoever. And Croatia's like, no, I'm just doing it for the love of the game. I fucking hate Israel. Did I say that I fucking hate Israel? Like, that's just great. Like, nobody, like, the guy that just enters the conversation and says something based and then leaves. Again, I can't believe I'm glazing up the Croatian government. Then you have the Spanish. The Spanish are like, by the way, I have regrown my foreskin, and I will now slap that shit on your head. Ambassador denied. Ambassador removed. Fucking mugging the Israeli ambassador one step at a time. Anyways, we've hit the 30th minute. Let's get as close to Gamba as possible today. Let's pay our taxes. Let's make number go up. We already have very good numbers, but of course, the later part of the month, all those numbers are going to start crashing down because last month was decent as well. Everybody who hasn't paid their taxes, pay your taxes. If you like the show and you would like to support it by subscribing yourself or using your Prime, that is always very nice. That is what allows me to say the shit that I say and create this beautiful international community that I have. Because if I was running on sponsors or on Twitch ads or any of that bullshit, I would, of course, have to self-censor, which would be disgusting. So consider supporting the show. Grift section over. Thank you very much. Let's start with... Let's get in the news, and then I'll jump us around.
Is destroyed, he claimed. He was asked about whether he can declare victory if the newly appointed supreme leader is still in charge. He said he doesn't want to comment on that yet. He also said that he's been speaking to...
Right now...
Hold on, Mike, listen to this.
They've lost their Navy, they've lost their Air Force. They have no anti-aircraft apparatus at all. They have no radar. Their leaders are gone. And we could do a lot worse to one another. We're leaving certain things that if we take them out, or we could take them out by this afternoon, in fact, within an hour, they literally would never be able to build that country back.
Motherfuckers basically literally saying, oh, you know that we could nuke it. You know that we can nuke you. The only reason we're losing is because we're not using nuclear missiles. That's exactly what he's saying. He's like, oh, we're playing, we're playing with gloves on.
A new report shows, a new report says that the military investigation has found that the United States struck the school in Iran. As Commander-in-Chief, do you take responsibility for that?
That is what?
As Commander-in-Chief, do you...
For what?
For the strike on the school in Iran. A new report says the military investigation has found it was the United States that struck the school.
I don't know about it.
Are you talking to the CEOs of various oil companies, encouraging them to use the Strait of Hormuz?
Yeah, I think they should. I think they should.
They should risk lives of thousands of sailors. Let the oil flow through the seas of our planet. Dude, he said basically we're losing, but only because I'm not using nukes. He said he never heard about the school being bombed and about how he's motivating sailors to go to certain death and just sail through a military zone that has been established through the Gay of Hormuz. Insane shit.
In my opinion, look, we took out just about all of their mine ships in one night. We're up to boat number 60. I didn't realize that big.
Yeah, I saw a compilation of them blowing up boats, and it's them blowing up boats. Like, it's like boats. It's like 4 crew member boats. The only very large boat that they've hit was one that was doing training in fucking India. Okay?
Navy. I would say it was big and ineffective. But every one of their ships, just about all of their Navy is gone.
Okay, then deploy. Come on, we want some Billies and some Johnnies. Deployed. Let's go. Come on, deploy, big man.
Bottom of the sea.
Mr. President, how do you respond? Mr. President,
Have they laid any mines in the Strait of Hormuz?
We don't think so.
Mr. President, is Senator Thune listening to you when you say you want to pass the Save America Act? He says there aren't the votes to do it right now. What's your response?
Well, he's got to be a leader. You know, he's a leader. He's got to get him. It's the most popular bill I've ever seen put before Congress. And it's voter ID and it's voter. You have to be able to be a citizen to vote. It's called citizenship. And we're also adding in no men playing in women's sports, no trans.
Starts war that nobody needed, collapses economy, looks at his population and says, actually, if you complain about oil prices, you're an idiot. Higher oil prices now are a good thing because in the long term, trust me, bro, they're going to be cheaper. And then, of course, pivots, women in sports, those dudes with penises, they like competing with our girls. And that's it. That's the entirety of it.
Gender mutilization of our children.
Gender mutilization.
And no mail-in ballots, fake mail-in ballots. We have none of that, except in the case of the military, etc. I will say, it is the Save America Act. It's the most popular bill I think I've ever put before Congress.
Can you declare victory in this war if the supreme leader remains the Ayatollah's son?
I don't want to comment on that. I don't want to comment. But I will tell you, I just spoke with very...
Look at the plebeians in the back. Look at the plebs. Oh my God, I am so close to celebrity. Oh my God, it's the prezi. It's the presidente. It's the presidente.
Various countries...
Now imagine being one of these. I'm sorry. I'm elitism pivot for you, Gopnik. Like this is like straight up NPC shit. Like this is, but like the NPCs that like don't even have a full name. It's like Villager 1, Villager 2, Farmer 17. Not only do they not give quests, but there's no dialogue, and they all repeat the same one line of dialogue, which is, "Hello. Welcome to our village. Welcome to our village. Welcome to our village. If I was looking for rumors, I would go to the tavern. If I was looking for rumors, I would go to the tavern. If I was looking for rumors, I would go to the tavern." And they all have one voice actor. Like no matter what gender they are, they just have one voice actor. That's the level of pleb. Okay, with all due respect, actually, with all lack of respect, sorry, please take yourself a little bit more seriously. Thank you, Skopunk, very much for the 8 months. Sailors are literally sabotaging their own ships by clogging the notoriously sensitive vacuum plumbing. They don't even want this war. God bless, God bless. Those are true patriots right there, brother. Every American soldier listening to this, shit yourself, okay? Cause yourself to have gonorrhea and get sent home. That is the true patriotic way, okay? Do not follow J.D. Pondon, okay?
Leaders of various countries, you'll have a list, and they said they've never seen anything like it. We have, and I built it...
This is literally presidents texting him and being like, "Man, you're so good, man. You're the best, man. I fucking love how you're handling this, man." Like Macron style,
During my first term, and I used it. I didn't realize I was going to use it this much, but...
Macron has such an unfortunate developed fetish towards having sex with pedophiles that he's low-key started getting attracted to Donald Trump after the Epstein files were released. That's a meta joke. Anybody who just understood that joke, you should follow me because you would really enjoy this community, okay?
We have the greatest military in the world by far. Nobody close.
About a domestic terrorist
I'm sorry. I know that I'm supposed to be covering his comments soon, but holy shit.
We're not invited to the Chill of the Americas. Mexico, Brazil, and Colombia were not invited to the Chill of the Americas. Why was that? And should they come in the future to the event?
I think they were invited. Maybe they didn't come. I think they were. I get along very well with all of them.
In Iraqi parliament, few days, member slogan, "Date to America, date to Israel." What is your response to them? What is your message for Iraqi government?
What did he say?
In Iraqi parliament, slogan, "Date of America, date of Israel." Member of the parliament.
Death to America, death to Israel. What's your response?
That's not a nice question.
No, he said it. Oh my God! Was that guy trolling? Did that guy just do the whitest kids you've ever known bit? It's very illegal, President. It's very illegal to say death to America, death to Israel. And what do you think about people who say death to America and death to Israel? I really want to hear your opinion on death to America, death to Israel. He even made her say, dude, can somebody compile? Wait. Like,
America, date of Israel.
like somebody should cut the first segment and just have. This is like perfect for fake news, by the way. Base journalist looks Donald Trump straight in the eye and mugs him. Says death to America, death to Israel on the White House lawn. Dum. Even the fucking the plastic lady over here didn't understand. The guy was like, in Iraq they said death to America, death to Israel. What is your response? She literally translated it to him by saying he is just saying death to America, death to Israel. Which this is I love how stupid this country is. It's incredible.
Member of the parliament.
Death to America, death to Israel.
Yeah, look how she's making.
What's your response?
That's not a nice question.
Mr. President, did Spain give in after you told them that you would commerce ties with them? Are they cooperating with the United States? Spain.
No, they're not. I think they're not cooperating at all. Spain, I think they've been very bad. Very bad. Not good at all. We may cut off trade with Spain.
You guys all trade with them?
I don't know what Spain's doing. They've been very bad to NATO.
Thank you. Example too unclear. I hope you're doing well today. I am. I may not. I'm sorry. Have the best takes on some stuff. You're fine. I'll admit. I'm still learning, and I'm happy to have you in my journey in Marxism. Thank you, Hugo. Unitas Mundi, my friend. And you always have very good takes. Don't worry. We're all here to learn, one step at a time, okay? Have a drink. Relax.
They get protected. They don't want to pay their fair share. And they've been that way.
Yeah, we're protecting them the same way we're protecting the United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Kuwait. The one thing that this war has shown the entire world is that it's all minuses and zero benefits if you allow U.S. troops and bases to be deployed on your territory, okay? It used to be, hey, we will guarantee your security somewhat. Now it's like we will definitely get hit if you collaborate with us in any way, shape, or form, because Iran has shown every opponent of American imperialism that if they are struck by the Americans, the first thing they should do is just bomb the living shit out of all neighboring states that house American military personnel or equipment. Like it's...
For many years, actually.
That's a very real precedent, and we really should be talking about. A real, truly impactful precedent.
Let me give you the good news. The people of Spain are fantastic. The leadership, like you. The leadership, not so good.
Lebanon is under attack, and Hezbollah is making dangers for the Lebanese, especially the Lebanese Christians. What is your message for Lebanon?
Well, we're working on it very hard. We love Lebanon. We love the people of Lebanon. And we're working very hard. We got to get rid of the Hezbollah. Has been a disaster for many years.
The new oil refinery in Texas. The new oil refinery is going up in Brownsville, Texas. What do you want Americans to know about it?
Okay, you've been listening to the U.S. President Donald Trump. So this was the video that was filmed just moments before he then got on the presidential transport helicopter. That's Marine One. It then flies him to the Joint Base Andrews, and that's where he gets on his plane, Air Force One, and he is flying off to an event that will be centered around the economy that's taking place in Ohio and Kentucky. We just see that plane now actually taxiing along the runway, the president about to take off. So he got many questions on Iran. Let's bring in Mike Hanna, our White House correspondent. Mike, many questions on Iran, unsurprisingly. The answers were pretty succinct, right? I'll run us through some of the main ones. Let's start with this one. He was asked about a new U.S. military investigation that appears to confirm, according to the reporter's question, to confirm that it was indeed the U.S. that struck an Iranian elementary school on the first day of this war. Now, we know from the Iranian government saying that killed 168 people, most of them schoolgirls. Mike, the president, this continues to follow the president wherever he goes. He gets questions about this. Was it the U.S. that struck this school and killed dozens of school children? The president's answer, and it's not the first time, he says he doesn't know. So each time he is asked whether the U.S. should, whether he takes any personal accountability, whether he takes responsibility for this, and he keeps deflecting by saying, I haven't seen the reports, I just don't know.
Oh, you're asking me a question there, Cyril.
With you, what the U.S. president said, I do think this is important for, the way the narrative around this war is going to be shaped going forward. Because on day one, if this report by the U.S. military is right, that means that on day one of this war, the U.S. committed a massacre, killing over 150 school children. And the U.S. president keeps being, it's more of a statement than a question, you're right, but he keeps deflecting. What has he or the Pentagon been saying about this since the beginning?
Sorry, I'm not talking. I'm interviewing fucking Hassan on Sunday, and he's moving something around, and I'm just coordinating. Give me like 2 minutes. Let the Al Jazeera people talk. Just 2 minutes. Apologies. I'm not trying to be, unprofessional here.
Beginning of the war.
Yes, well, he has been saying what we just heard there yet again. He doesn't know. Members of his administration have been saying, oh, well, an investigation is underway. We can't comment on what is an open investigation. That has been the position of the Pentagon as well. There has not been a release of any formal report, which the Pentagon has been saying is being conducted into the strike. President Trump has vacillated a bit on this issue. At one stage, he was suggesting that the school was in fact struck by an Iranian Tomahawk missile. The members of his administration...
On your stream, on a very special new project that you guys will learn about very soon, and that I'm very excited about. He's not going to be on the program, on another thing that I'm starting. Thank you, Bob Crusade, for the 7 months. Thank you, Big Man. Thank you, Big Man.
Have been attempting to partially walk that back, but President himself hasn't denied that he actually said that at one stage, something that has been dismissed by many military observers about the idea of Iran striking at its own people. President Trump saying that, well, they're not very good at targeting, so it's quite possible that this happened. But we are waiting for the formal release of that report that the Pentagon says is being conducted. Until then, we do not know. We just have to go with what the administration and the president himself is saying, that they don't know that there is an open investigation.
Yeah, Mike Hanna, live from the White House. Thank you very much. We'll speak again, but I'll bring in Paul Musgrave, who's with us in the studio, associate professor at Georgetown University in Qatar. You focus, Paul, on U.S. foreign policy. Donald Trump was asked another really important question, to which he also gave a two-word answer. He was asked, can you still declare victory if Mojtaba Khamenei, who's been named Ayatollah, supreme leader after the assassination of his father, if Mojtaba Khamenei remains the supreme leader of Iran? This is a key question, because we went in not knowing if the U.S. was going for regime change and if keeping a Khamenei at the head of the state would qualify in their view as regime change or not. Donald Trump said, no comment. So this just, I don't know if you heard it, but that was his answer. He just doesn't want to address this. It sounds like he wants to keep his options open.
I think that's absolutely right. And on day one, it very much sounded like the United States and Israel were working hand in hand to bring about regime change in the kind of classic way that we all think about this. Certainly earlier this year, President Trump was making strong pronouncements on behalf of Iranian protesters and threatening the government in Tehran over their treatment of those protesters. But now we're in day 12 of the war. When you're in a war is a dynamic process, goals change, and as the costs and the risks of this conflict have mounted, as it has become clear that this is not Venezuela Part 2, I think that President Trump has moderated, or at least opened his mind a little bit about what would count as a success for him. Because I think one thing is very clear, Donald Trump wants to have a success as soon as he can.
You say goals change. That's so interesting. It appears to be very true, certainly in the case of this war.
Okay, I'm back.
Whether or not regime change is Donald
Tom Fletcher, the U.S.
Yeah, they're overcomplicating their analysis of that particular interview. That particular interview was him saying, no, actually, we're doing really well. We're blowing up some boats. And we're winning. And if you want us to win harder, we're only not winning harder because we're not using our full capacity. But, sir, what could be more capacity than literally spending hundreds of billions of dollars per second to target the state of Iran, which is a middle power, which is destabilizing our economy in response? The only answer to that could be nuclear missiles. So my guy is like unironically like being a crybaby over not being able to use a nuclear missiles, which let's all remember, American nuclear missiles, very circumcised. Very, very circumcised, okay? When the Americans gave nuclear missiles to Israel, Israel was like, this is disgusting, this is not circumcised, and they circumcised their missiles. And then all the American missiles, which, you know, listen to Israeli missiles, all circumcised themselves as a sign of allegiance and respect. Thank you, Mugetsu the Fox. Thank you very much for the prime.
UN's top humanitarian official, very much making a clarion call there to the world, trying to express how much displacement there is, how many hundreds of thousands of Lebanese have been displaced with the recent back and forth fighting in Lebanon that we've been seeing. And we heard from other top UN officials as well, Rosemary DiCarlo from the Political and Peace Building Department, saying that Hezbollah needs to stop and also Israel needs to stop. There is no military solution. Also hearing from Jean-Pierre Lacroix, the head of UN peacekeeping globally. He briefed the Council on Lebanon as well, basically said the UN peacekeepers there, known as UNIFIL, are very constrained in how many patrols that they can do, because many are just having to stay in their barracks because it's simply too dangerous to go out on many patrols. So then this comes just a few days after several peacekeepers from Ghana were seriously injured in Lebanon. So certainly a lot of focus on Lebanon in the morning here at the UN headquarters, and that focus will shift at the Security Council in the afternoon in a couple hours when they take on the issue of Iran.
Gabriel Elizondo reporting from UN headquarters. Thank you very much, Gabe. The International Energy Agency has agreed to release the largest volume of emergency oil reserves in its history.
Man, the UN really is worthless. What do you mean? That they're about to meet. Come on. They're about to meet and they're going to discuss. And then they're going to say that this is not the right way to go about it. And then they're going to go home. That's it. Also, Dropside reporting that 13 U.S. soldiers were killed in Iraq last night. 13 Burgerlandians? 13, that's a lucky number. Iraqi militias claim 31 attacks on U.S. bases in 24 hours. They say that 13 Americans have been killed. Two statements released Wednesday by groups within the Islamic resistance in Iraq claim a surge of attacks on U.S. forces in Iraq and the wider region. The group says the campaign has reached 291 operations over the last 12 days. A separate statement from the Guardians of Blood. Wow, crazy name right there. Said it carried out 4 additional special operations targeting U.S. bases inside and outside Iraq during the same period. The casualty claims have not been independently verified. Though the Washington Post reported Tuesday that a drone strike hit the Baghdad Diplomatic Support Center, a major U.S. facility near Baghdad airport, after 6 drones were launched at the compound, with one impacting the site.
The Paris-based organization says that it will make 400 million barrels of oil available from its members' emergency.
Which needs to sue UN for copyright. Austria protested not that copyrighted by
reserves.
Cheers, chat! I love you, chat. Let's fucking go. As we're nearing the first hour, I call upon all chatters to raise their glasses, also known as debit cards, and support to the show. I want oil. I want taxes. I want Nuba go up. I want chat being painted purple. Let's go, Zanzibar. That's what I want to see. 24-month streak. Okay, Zanzibar fucking giving everybody phallic inadequacy syndrome here with that big, beautiful 24-monther. Let's fucking go. Make it motherfucking rain, baby. Yeah. Infinite growth is only possible on Twitch, and that is what we're aiming at, okay? Modesty, rest in peace, infinite growth. Oh, welcome to me. I like you very much. Yes, very good, very good, very good. Bomb me the way Iran, bombing with subs the way Iran bombs facilities where people go and shit in people's mouths in Dubai, okay? Thank you, Glacy, for the 26 months, an even greater phallic object when it comes to the length of his subscription or her or theirs. Thank you very much.
Have
Cheers.
unanimously decided to launch the largest ever release of emergency oil stocks in our agency's history.
Jesus Christ.
AYE countries.
Everything is going according to plan. Everything is going according to plan, and then listen to this.
Agency's history. Emergency oil stocks in our agency's history.
Guys, this war is going according to plan. Thank you, Zans, for the 5. That is what I want to see. More purple, Zans, very based of you. Thank you for paying your taxes. Thank you very much, my friend. We still have only one Westerner, but many developing world taxpayers that do their part.
AYE countries will be making 400 million barrels of oil available. I repeat, 400 million barrels of oil available to the market to offset the supply lost through the effective closure of the strait. This is a major action aiming to alleviate the immediate impacts of the disruption in markets.
Iran's sports minister has said that his country cannot participate in this summer's FIFA World Cup, set to be hosted jointly by the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. He says that considering the U.S. killed Iran's supreme leader, under no circumstances will the team play. Earlier, FIFA President Gianni Infantino said Iran would be welcome to play after speaking with U.S. President Trump. All 3 of Iran's group matches are scheduled in the United States. Iran's Shahed drones have become one of the most widely used weapons in modern conflicts. Cheap, simple, and launched in large numbers. But their success on battlefields from the Middle East to Ukraine is pushing countries around the world to rethink their air defenses. Our defense editor, Alex Katopoulos, explains.
The use of drones in warfare has expanded dramatically, and few designs are more successful than Iran's Shahed 136 one-way attack drone. It's cheap to make at around $30,000 for each drone and can transport a 50-kilogram warhead over 2,000.
Just talking to Hassan is like insane. Like, I am a proud Hassan patriot, but Holy Mother of God. He says, I realize I can't do that time. Can we do noon afternoon? And I'm like, we can do noon, but we cannot do afternoon. Are you okay with noon? And he replies, yes, I got a photo shoot. What the fuck? Mate, just fucking reply to my question. And then I have to ask again, but when will you be free? Noon or after 5 p.m.? If it's more convenient for you, we can do noon or 1 p.m. It's what the fuck? Fucking answer my question. ADHD. Oh my God, you fucking Americans. Jesus Christ. ADHD. It's a question.
Kilometers. Russia has used the design extensively, calling it the Garan 2, with an 80-kilogram warhead and equipped with a Russian satellite navigation system.
You and Hassan both are Eurospicy. I mean, I guess.
Even the United States has adopted the design for its low-cost, uncrewed combat attack system, or LUCAS, with several commanders calling it indispensable. The Shahed 136 can be made quickly and in large numbers, in relatively simple factories, and several can be fired at once, overwhelming defenses. It also doesn't need complex launchers that can be targeted in airstrikes. It's slow, though. At a top speed of 185 kilometers an hour, fighter jets and even helicopters can shoot it down. Still, many have managed to get through US and Gulf air defenses to inflict significant damage. And now, a faster jet version of the drone, the Shahed 238, has entered mass production.
This is Al Jazeera with your continuing coverage of the ongoing conflict between the U.S., Israel, and Iran. I'm Cyril Vanier with the very latest developments this hour. Iran strikes the Gulf's energy sector and threatens the flow of oil through the Strait of Hormuz. thousands packed the streets in Tehran to pay their respects to military figures killed in U.S. and Israeli strikes.
Missiles flying,
The biggest
like,
release of strategic
missiles flying over their head, and motherfuckers don't even give a flying shit, dude.
oil reserves.
Missiles, ha, look circumcised. You know, there's like Iranian, who would win, the entirety of the Iranian people or a couple of yank missiles?
In the history of the International Energy Agency.
I'm just scared that the Israelis are actually going to just fucking drop it on the public. I mean, I'm just waiting for an event like that, which would be a big mistake, because that would just play in the hand of the IRGC. So, you know, do it, bitch. Actually, please don't do it, but, you know.
Been announced to ease the pressure from the Iran war. Israeli strikes across Lebanon. A residential area in Beirut is one of the targets. The UN Security Council meets to discuss the escalation.
Man, guys, my teeth hurt like a motherfucker, man. Jesus Christ. I know first world problems much as I'm covering fucking war, but damn, maybe it wasn't that good of an idea to stream today. What the hell, man? Because now the injections I receive that, you know, pacified the gums and the teeth, I can feel it dissipating, and that shit is like, it's like somebody slowly scalping it. It's very strange. It's like a combination of an itch and like a sharp pain. It's sharp pain. It's sharp pain.
It is 17
It's one of the worst feelings ever, right? It's really bad. It's really bad. You know, nobody suffers more than me. I have the best job in the world. I have the best community in the world. And I got a Tootsie Painy. Oh my God. No, not Tootsie Painy. So subscribe to make me feel a little bit better for my Tootsie. Okay, no, I can't do that bit. Jesus says I started doing it. No. I love you. Subscribe if you love the show. God bless. I'm not doing that bit. I don't know why I started that bit. I do take myself slightly seriously, okay? I'm not going to ooh anybody. I would, no. So subscribe, because I am a man of principle, okay? I uphold anti-ooh thought proudly in this chat, okay? And pay your taxes, Westerners. 600 of you, and you're telling me only one rich Westerner in here? Fuck you. Only one rich Westerner. Eat my ass. I want more rich Westerners stimulating this program and this international community. Right now! I'm not sure that going from ooh into going very passive-aggressive is like a smart pivot, especially because you weirdos are now going to call me bipolar, because everything is apparently a neurological thing. No, this is just Balkan. Lord. That was not passive, Hugo. It is passive in the Balkans. All aggression does not lead to one of these, or one of these inside of your gut, mouth, face, leg, or testicles is called passive-aggressive, okay? Everything that does not lead to physical violence is passive-aggressive. From my understanding, ideological adaptation of the English language. But I am waiting. I am very serious. Where is my Western taxpayer? Hey, I am looking at you. John, Timmy, Billy, Tom, Christopher, Larry, fucking Larry, and other Caucasian Western names of Caucasian Westerners that Connor, Steve, Jack, Trenton, okay? Cletus, Justin, Christian, Ethan, okay? Bill, Mark, Chad, Jeremy, Billy, Hunter. If you're one of those names and you have a lot of money saved up and you're not paying your taxes, God damn it. God damn it, Tucker. God damn it, Bradley. Man, Baron, what the hell? Aiden, Thad, Cletus, Wyatt. Seriously, Wyatt. Craig. I love my Craigs. And you're not even Jebediah. No, not Jebediah. If you're Jebediah, please don't give me anything. Sean, there's definitely a rich Sean in here. I personally have never heard of anybody called Sean that is not wealthy. You're not feeling called out? Well, you should feel called out. Thank you, Dr. Genviro, okay? A doctor. You know how little doctors make nowadays? And a doctor just gave me, 3 months at tier 1. Seoul brother. A brother from Seoul, okay? You know how difficult it is to live in Seoul. And then being a brother from Seoul, you know how fucking difficult that is? And still got a sub. Okay, Shadowrunner. Did I guess a name? Zach. Do I have a Zach? Zach going once, Zach going twice. Shadowrunner, let's go. There are fucking decent white boys in chat, I guess. Let's fucking go, okay? Thank you. I carry my mask today in honor of your culture. It is very white, and it says very bad jokes. Thank you very much, Magnoliova. That sounds fucking Slovakian, okay? We got Slovakians paying their taxes before Westerners. You know what exists in Slovakia? Beautiful nature and beautiful human beings. They don't have anything else. They just have like beauty. You know how difficult it is to exist in capitalism with just having beauty? Okay? It is difficult to package and sell as a treat. Louis, a very white name. Yeah, Louis, if you're French. Slovakia is very pretty. It is very pretty. And Slovakians are very pretty. I like Slovakians. You are like, for some reason, just less. You want to be Westerners less than Czechs. Czechs would sell their mother to be renamed into Brandon Jonathan. It is a very strange concept. I don't know why Czechs are like this. You just have great beer, great beer and pretty people, okay? Czechs also, very, very handsome men, very beautiful women, right? Just beer and women. Why do you want to be Hitler? Why, Czechs? Why do you want to be Hitler? Like you got all of it, like you're fine. Czechs be like, oh, we're a country with 0 Muslims. Who do you hate the most? Oh, Muslims. But you never met, yeah, exactly. Yes, I hate them. But you never, I hate them. I want to be American so bad. I hate them very much. That's the average political discussion with a Czech. Don't say trauma, of course. That's a European thing, fucking everybody, fucking disgusting, man. Fucking racism, bro. Magnoliova, there you go. Thank you again. More. We're level 4 hype trade. Level 4. I want Westerners. Okay, throw that shit in my face and call me Sally. Call me a Czech Sally. I'm a Czech. What is a Czech? What would you call Sally in the Czech Republic? Salka. Call me Salka. Like Salo from a pig. I'm a Salka, bro. Thank you, Ethernet Cowboy. Okay, Ethernet Cowboy, definitely white boy. I would be surprised if you're fucking Latino or black. Like, no fucking way. Ethernet Cowboy. Salty Salka. Thank you very much for your taxes, though. Taxes I don't mind paying. Thank you, Cleo, for the 3-month streak. Linder Wave for the gift. Very nice to see you, Linder Wave. I told my uncle we were Slavs and he got mad. Bro wants to be Western so bad. Yeah. Check him. Probably circumcised, too. Check him. Probably circumcised. Thank you, Charles Rat. Chat is required to get to level 16. Jesus, don't torture them that much. King. Thank you, King. Thank you, my King Thry. Obrezan sto posto. I'm Palestinian. Why is your name Ethernet Cowboy? God damn it! Sorry, that caught me off guard. Level 6. I no longer believe in my skills. Which ones? Any of them, okay? I don't believe in any of my skills. I just called Palestinian a white boy. It's fucking crazy. No, it's his fault. Fucking Ethernet cowboy. Come on. Revisionism. You think Palestinians can't gunsling on a horse dripped out? That is fair. That is fair. You got in the racism moment, okay? Anyways, more subs. Let's go. Keep it trying.
It's the estimation that the volleys of
to
missiles
Cowboy
from Iran,
from Palestine,
from elsewhere, might just be escalating. This, of course, will add additional strain to the population, to Israelis, Cyril, who have been struggling with sirens going off during the night hours, going off during the morning hours. In northern Israel in particular, there is barely any advanced warning. So they must live basically near shelters or close to them. And that is also more reason
Big
why
thank you for the
Israeli
baby. Let's go.
government has extended the state of emergency and has asked for $13 billion more in additional defense budgeting. This is a situation that Israelis expect will last for weeks to come.
Noor Day reporting from just south of Ramallah. Thank you very much, Noor. A fire has broken out at the Salalah port in Oman. Thick plumes of smoke can be seen in the area. Local media reporting that several drones may have struck the fuel tanks there, quoting security sources in Oman. Well, Dmitry Medvedenko is live for us in Doha, monitoring the situation across the Gulf. Dmitry, what's the latest?
So what we know is that because of these strikes, there was indeed a fire. However, the Omani State News Agency, citing a source at with the Energy Ministry in Oman, said all fuel products are available and at normal level there's no impact on continuity of oil supplies. So the damage appears to be contained and minimal. As a result of this situation, there was a phone call held between Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian and the Sultan of Oman, Haytham bin Tariq Al Said, where the Sultan voiced condemnation and disappointment over the attacks, saying that, they should never happen again. While Iran's
That's the only thing that the Gulf states can do, okay? Because if the Gulf states collaborate with the Americans or the Israelis in particular, they will have mass revolts domestically. Because no matter how much, let's just say Arab Muslims dislike rockets falling on their head, the only thing they dislike more, no matter how passive their government is towards Israel, is Israel. So that's on the one side, okay? They cannot full-heartedly militarily support the Israeli-American military campaign. The only thing they can do is passively support them by allowing them to station troops or use their bases as logistics. On the other side of the coin, they can also not sustain their own stability, as most of them are monarchies, domestically, because there are bombs falling and because prices are increasing and because their main source of income, motherfucking oil, cannot get to the Europeans and the Asians on time. So it is just a complete shit stain of a situation that they found themselves in, but that is a consequence when you bet too much of your money on the Americans preserving your stability, especially after the Americans have shown time and time again that they will choose Israeli stability over your own stability at any day of the week. So, do not be like the Gulf states and support true stability, hype train stability. 10 seconds left. Save that shit. Come on, don't behave like a Dubai motherfucker. Don't behave like a Dubai motherfucker. And you're Dubai motherfuckers. Thank you, a tactic, for trying though. Why is your name Ethernet Cowboy? That is the most niche clip I've ever seen.
President said that what Iran does is it strikes
International Energy Agency.
Thank you, everybody, for the Dubai level hype train.
It
was a good hype train. Thank you very much, chat. Thank you very much.
Has agreed to release the largest volume of emergency oil reserves in its history. The Paris-based organization says that it will make 400 million barrels of oil available from its members' emergency reserves.
IEA countries have unanimously decided to launch the largest ever release of emergency oil stocks in our agencies.
I find the Turkish accent to be fascinating because it's always white looking. It looks like it's a white guy trying to do a very racist Asian accent. You know? Like just listen back to it and now imagine like, no, this is just a white guy trying to do an Asian accent. Like just try to imagine it that way.
Release of emergency oil stocks in
Once you see it, you will not be able to unsee it, or unhear it in this case.
our agency's history. Our countries will be making 400 million barrels of oil available. I repeat, 400 million barrels of oil available to the market to offset the supply lost through the effective closure of
Can't unhear it, right?
the strait. This is a major action aiming to alleviate the immediate impacts of the
level 6 hype train means that the goal for Gamba goes down by 6 levels. 4,394. We follow our rules here in this chat.
disruption in markets.
The U.S. and Israel's attacks on Iran have sent world oil and gas markets into turmoil. Before the strikes on Tehran, the two most common types of crude oil sold at around $70 a barrel. That was the pre-war price. Now, the price of a barrel began to climb
What have you done? I hear it now. Yeah, you will not be able to unhear it. Yeah.
after the American and Israeli attacks. Iran's retaliation hit nations across.
Because that's an allegory for Turks from Istanbul, you know?
Across the Gulf region.
White guys LARPing Asians while also wanting to be European. The eternal bipolar state of Istanbul Turks.
And then the price of a barrel of oil climbed well above $100. Then on Monday, President Trump told U.S. media that he thought the war against Iran was near complete. Immediately, the price of oil began to fall. In the last 2 days, with little indication the war is actually close to ending, prices have increased slightly. Iran's Shahed drones have become one of the most widely used weapons in modern conflicts. They're cheap, they're simple, and they're launched in large numbers. But their success on battlefields from the Middle East to Ukraine is pushing countries around the world to rethink air defenses. Our defense editor, Alex Katopoulos, explains.
Okay, we already listened to this. Let's look at the British angle, okay? British angle.
Who've crossed into Turkey today. This is where BBC colleagues can actually speak directly to people who've been in Iran. And several have been speaking to the BBC's Dan Johnson.
The war is starting, my car is broken, all the glasses, very, very dangerous. Smashed. From bombing? Yes, when I want to go into my job, open the door and suddenly bombing and all the car.
Dude, I look, it's this easy. Look, oh, and then oh, and oh, and then oh. And I have a budget of 4,249 subscribers. The BBC has a budget of 500,000 subscribers. Probably more.
Glasses car is broken.
Yo, look, you got an extreme versus BBC that has 100,000 times more of a budget. Look.
Suddenly. I'm crying 2 days. Why I have to leave my home? Why? Just for bombing? Just for regime? Why?
What do you say to Donald Trump now?
Please finish it. Please.
Keep bombing.
Please finish it. Keep bombing and kill the regime, but not people.
It's still.
I hope the Iran is free and we came back to home.
It's one of the most important things that Iran.
I love how they're not showing the faces of the people that are apparently saying it is very good to kill my people. It is very good to kill my country, but not my people very much.
Iranians, most of Iranians inside Iran want. They want.
Yeah. Now Tabriz and Tehran are in a very bad situation. I support the American strikes. I hope Iran will see a change and we will be free. The regime must go.
No, this is the BBC Live. This is BBC News Live. It's not the radio, my guy. It's BBC Live. They just start playing fucking. I'm not saying they're doing it, but this looks like they're just playing AI generated voices in the background. I'm like, trust me, bro. The Iranians want to be bombed. They want to be bombed. Please bomb us. We are Iranians. We want the bombings on my head and the. Breaking RGC suggests Google tech companies in region may be legitimate targets. That's pretty fucking. That would be intense.
They were labeled wartime traitors in Iran after they failed to salute their flag and sing their national anthem during a game last week. Now 5 of them have been granted asylum in Australia.
Australians have been moved by the plight of these brave women. They're safe here and they should feel at home here.
Striker Zara Didar held back tears when asked about the war in her country.
Obviously, we're all concerned and sad at what has happened to Iran and our families in Iran and our loved ones, but I really hope it will be all right and that we'll have good news ahead.
The fate of the women's football team quickly became an international issue, many fearing for their lives if they went home.
Propaganda. Holy mother of fucking propaganda. Oh my fucking god of mother of goddamn motherfucking propaganda. Holy shit. Holy fucking in your face. Oh my god, Lord. Useful fucking stooges. Holy shit. I mean, they're naive fucking doo-doo brain sports people. Like a sports ball, I kick ball people. Like it's okay. I don't blame them.
First time they didn't.
Oh, you're being too harsh. No, I'm not being too harsh to them. They're tools, okay? They're tools for a narrative that wants to imperialize and balkanize a country under the precedent that they've used 1,000 times before but never lived up to, which is what? Fucking women's rights in evil brown person country? Eat my ass. No, I'm no longer falling for this. I'm no longer falling for, look at sports team, guys. They know salute flag. That mean no love country. That mean country very bad, bomb more. No, nah. You want that shit, you want that sensitivity, go to another fucking stream. With all due respect, I'm fucking good. I'm good. Nah. And of course, I always blame systems, not individuals. That's why I'm not stomping on these fucking, sports peoples that are like, I get la visa type shit. Fucking hell, man. Yes, complete coincidence that you don't fucking sing your anthem and you get transported to the free, incredible lands of Australia immediately. Yeah, and I have a bridge in San Francisco that I already previously sold to a guy to sell, okay? 20 gift subs, okay? I am selling this for 20 gift subs. Bridge in San Francisco. To everybody that believes all that shit, that shit's coincidental. Look, I have this for sale. Very cheap, only 20 gift subs. Who wants it? We're bidding the bridge. We are bidding the bridge, okay? This is not propaganda, trust me. It's not propaganda. I actually own it, okay? I have taken it from the oppressed homeless people that live underneath it. Oh, what do you mean it's water underneath? No. You are not listening to true American voices. The true Americans will tell you that there's homeless people there. Aquaman homeless people under the bridge. We call them seamen. Okay, there's a lot of seamen under that bridge. Oh, God fucking damn it. Oh, Lord. While Australia is jailing pro-Palestinian protesters, of course. And they probably have all the decent, all the good, all the good intentions of, this is how I'm going to actually be helping out women back home. I'm going to do this. It's okay. Like, whatever. I don't give a shit about those ladies. I could not give less of a flying fuck about them, okay? But the way their story is going to be used is going to make them regret this time and time and time again for the rest of history. Or maybe not, because they're going to get nice little stuff from the fucking Australian stores where they're going to get things Treats. Iran has reportedly sent more than 11 million barrels of oil through the Strait of Hormuz since the war began, all bound for China, CNBC reported, citing shipping data. That's crazy. That is crazy. All that concerns China is the oil from Iran. They don't care about the war or the people of Iran. Just give the oil. Oh, you want them to care about the people of Iran the way Americans care about the people of Iran? Jesus fucking Christ. Yes, of course they just care about the fucking oil. And if they can get the oil successfully without having to intervene, they're going to do that. And also, they don't have the capacity to fucking intervene. Almost the entirety of the Chinese military apparatus is literally fucking defensive. Oh my fucking God. There's no winning. There's no winning. Hillary plays as Trump and says he's much better in his second term. I think all of that is a very good signal that there is a beginning to be better understanding both by the president and the people around him, that there can be common ground amongst us. So of course. Hillary mode initiated. Hillary mode initiated. I all of a sudden love Trump. Please no longer talk about my husband's association to Epstein. I now love Trump. I always, hi guys, I'm Hillary. While all the Dems always complained about how Trump is a racist and sexist, I never really cared about that. I was always just very confused about why he doesn't start more wars. I am now, Hillary Clinton, I'm choosing to say positive things about Donald Trump now that he has started wars. This is when I decided to say that he's actually based, when he's doing wars. I love the war part of his administration. It's a very nice part of his administration where we're doing wars. Please, many more people need to die, and I will love him more, okay? But if I was president, I would have done more wars. But with him, it's a satisfactory number of wars. Not as many wars as me, but still a decent number of wars. It's an acceptable number of wars.
I think all of that is a very good signal that there is beginning to be a better understanding, both by the president and the people around him, as well as by the leaders of our European allies, that there can be common ground amongst us. And the kind of dismissiveness that we saw in the first Trump administration has been replaced by a much more obvious working relationship to the good of European security, transatlantic security, and hopefully Ukrainian security. So I'm actually encouraged. I
just want to listen to Luda Potebe, goddammit.
Did a national anthem. So pretty much following the day, there was a trade message was coming through the media from Iran. And it was clearly saying to them, if they're going to come back, they're going to be a penalty debt, or could be the families are going to be in a hostage.
Even U.S. President Donald Trump weighed in.
President Trump rang me this morning.
Do you have a design in mind for your custom balaclava? We're going to design it together, man. It's a big goal. If we reach it, we're going to design it together. Speaking of the big goal, we are reaching 1 hour and 30 minutes. Reminder to support the show with your Prime. Support the show, which is $6 a month or less in certain other countries, and by paying your taxes. I'm still very angry at the Westerners in chat because we only have had 2 Westerners that have paid their taxes. Westerners, wake up and prove to us that not all white people are bad. Nana nini, nana nana.
To the Ukrainian front as the conflict in the Middle East takes center stage.
The European Union had been preparing to introduce a ban on its remaining Russian energy contracts. In response, President Vladimir Putin...
Yeah, let's do it now, bitch. Do it now. Do it now as the Strait of Hormuz is closed. Come on, do it. Come on. Oh, it's not gonna be called evil Putin oil very soon.
Warned that Moscow could redirect its...
Which is literally just being mad sabotaged by their greatest allies, the United States of America, okay? the Europeans, you need to diversify, move away from Russian gas. Okay, then we gotta focus on getting a lot of LNG from Iran. Okay, yeah, we'll make sure you guys are stable when it comes to LNG from Iran. Proceeds to attack Iran. Oh, not just from Iran, through the Strait of Hormuz. Proceeds to attack Iran, which has access to the Gate of Hormuz. Oh, God. They've collectively lost their shit over Ukraine situation for years. Now they are throwing them under the bus at the first opportunity. Classic fucking Eurocock behavior. Imagine they rebuild Nord Stream.
Exports to prioritize other markets.
Russia is a reliable supplier of energy. It has always.
Man, he's mogging so hard. Look how proud he is. Look how insanely proud he is.
Been so. We will continue to supply oil and gas to countries that are reliable counterparts. I mean, not only our partners in the Asia-Pacific region, but also states in Eastern Europe such as Slovakia and Hungary.
The situation has been further complicated by comments from US President Donald Trump, signaling Washington could ease sanctions on some nations to stabilize global energy supplies. Although he didn't specify which countries, Russia is a possibility. Washington has already granted India a 30-day waiver to continue buying Russian oil as part of its efforts to ease price.
Chat, my heating is about to get super fucking expensive, and the oil I put in my car is about to go through the roof, and I am willing to suffer through that as long as Iran gets to win in this micro conflict. But if you would like to support me as the prices of booze go up, though, please do consider subscribing, paying your taxes, and oiling me up. That is the grift section of the first hour and 30 minutes. Become a true investor in the Yugopnik international experience, one drink at a time. BYD when? Maybe one day. Tariffs are too high on it for now. And I'd get the fancier ones. Ever have a day like this? Ask not what the stream can do for you, but what you can do for the stream. Invest in Sherman Hugo.
This volatility. As the
chosen to have won, it could have happened. But I do believe the JCPOA, the Iran deal in 2015, though Mr. Thompson's right, it was limited. In fact, it's now expired 10 years later. It did limit Iran's enrichment to 3.67%, which is pretty reasonable. So now we have an Iran with at least 10 or 11 bombs worth of 60% highly enriched uranium buried somewhere, we think, under Isfahan. And so that's a danger. Now, does this war make the chance of Iran going nuclear more likely or less likely? That's a very serious question. I don't know the answer, but I worry that if the regime's...
Man, imagine it's 1 year after the Iraq War, and quasi-intellectuals go on talk shows and focus the conversation on whether this will actually lead to less development of WMDs or more development of WMDs in Iraq. And I know the situation is different, and the Iranians absolutely did want to develop at least nuclear capabilities, not nuclear weaponry. There's a big difference between wanting to heat yourself with nuclear energy, and wanting to create rockets with nuclear energy. And even if they did want to create rockets that can go boom in a very nuclear way, they're a sovereign state and they're allowed to do that just like anybody else, especially in a unipolar world where sovereignty can only be ensured through the ownership of nuclear missiles. All countries that do not have nuclear missiles are de facto places that the Americans rent out sovereignty to, and as all landlords no matter what they are renting out, an apartment, or in the case of the Americans' sovereignty, they can take it back whenever they want and quite literally kick you out. So why this rant? Because I love intellectuals like this that like actually consider the imperial position as one worthy of discussion when it comes to how we are supposed to comprehend a particular realpolitik scenario. Yum, 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 yum. Juju.
Survives, which it seems to be doing, it will make the chance of Iranian bomb more likely rather than less likely. But I'm not a prophet, and we shall see.
I mean, that clearly sets out the American position. I want to bring Chris in here, but
you can't do that, Goyim. Also sell your oil in dollars, shekels. Hakeem made a funny joke. We're looking into moving our Patreon for the program into euros, and we're going to do it, by the way. We're going to give more stuff to patrons because it is going to increase average price. Well, we're going to do it because for me and for Hakeem, it's too unstable to get money in dollars because we have to change them to our local currencies. And the USD has been doing this for the last fucking I don't know how many years, and I need to have a reliable income. I don't give a shit. Like we have to switch it to euro. But you know what the joke was? The joke was because money goes to the States because JT is a big corporate overlord, so he's got a company, so it goes to the States, and then it gets paid out to us, right? And we were like, there's no reason for us to take in euro and then transfer to dollar and then transfer to euro again. That makes no sense. Like JT just opened a euro account. Turns out something that is the most basic thing in the history of humanity, in literally every other corner of the world, that even like the shittiest like local bank can do for you, is to open an account in a different currency. Apparently they told JT, nah, unless you're like a multi-million-dollar corporation, you cannot have a euro account in America. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? And then Hakeem made a joke. It was like, but I'm pretty sure there's definitely a way to open a shekels account. You can open a euro account or any other currency. I'm pretty sure you can open a shekels account. But I know some of you adults in here that have multiple accounts that are serious people, quote unquote. I was as surprised. I was as surprised. Like that's. Can you open a dollar account in Europe? Yes, you can open a yuan account in Europe. You can open up any account. You can literally any. Maybe not whatever currency they use in the DPRK or something, but you can open any account. Of course, you can open an account. The bank doesn't give a shit. Like it doesn't care. In one click, it's like 3 seconds to open it. Literally. I could open one right now with my online banking. So I was very shook. I was like, damn. Like, honestly, CHF is very stable, more stable than Euro. Oh, yeah. CHF is the best. But just talking from personal finance perspectives. But doing CHF on Patreon would be insane. Like, most people don't know about the Swiss francs, so they're going to be like, what the fuck is this con? If I could just go yuan, I mean, not stable enough. Euro is, is okay for now. But if for some reason you're actually keeping your cash, then keeping it in CHF is a very good idea. A lot of smart people back in the day that kept it in CHF, like, just got very wealthy. 20% increase day to evening. Also, like CHF to this day, like it increases year over year. Euro will do though. People took loans in CHF and one shot up a butt. Don't get me started. Fucking like, come on. I'm like, I don't want to be that guy that's like, man, why are you making these incredibly horrendous financial decisions, man? because like I'm a communist and I understand material conditions and I understand systems and I understand how somebody can be manipulated into a particular decision. But also, like, come on, dude, bro. You won't regret. Emmy sends me something, I click. Emmy clicks, I send something.
לטייל בפריז או ברומא.
Fucking classic, dude. I wish I had his voice, dude. It's a great voice.
תושך, פרס ורומא! מכונית בצבע אדום על סדק. האדם הראשון לא היה סבלני. כמה זמן היה ניסיון של האדם הראשון? שעה אחת! דפק לנו את החיים! לא האדם הראשון. הניסיון שלו עמד בו. דודה? אוי דודה! איזה דודות? זה דודה? תגיד לי, אתה נורמלי? בוא נעזור... תרחק! זה הריות! דודה זה הריות! דודה? בואי, ברח! ברח! דודה זה אריות. האריה שאוכל, מה הוא עושה אחר כך? יושב ועושה וואו, עושים ברכת המזון. אתה לא תשים ברכת המזון.
Sound clip. Wait, what? How do I play it? How do I play a sound?
These are facts, and facts don't care about your feelings. These are facts, and facts don't care about your feelings.
Oh, man. Wait.
Okay, this is epic. 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 Okay, this is epic.
Okay, this is epic.
Okay, this is epic.
Okay, this is epic.
Oh.
I'm Ben Shapiro, this is the Ben Shapiro Show. I'm Ben Shapiro, this is the Ben Shapiro Show. I'm Ben Shapiro, this is the Ben Shapiro Show. I'm Ben Shapiro, this is the Ben Shapiro Show. I'm Ben Shapiro, this is the Ben Shapiro Show. I'm Ben Shapiro, this is the Ben Shapiro Show. I'm Ben Shapiro, this is the Ben Shapiro Show.
You either go down young or you live long enough to see yourself become a slider on the internet.
I'm Ben Shapiro, this is the Ben Shapiro Show.
Shut the F up. Like, seriously, what's wrong with you, Beep? Shut the F up. Like, seriously, what's wrong with you, Beep? Shut the F up. Like, seriously, what's wrong with you, Beep? Shut the F up. Like, seriously, what's wrong with you, Beep?
Shut the F up. Like, seriously, what's wrong with you, Beep? Shut the F up. Like, seriously, what's wrong with you, Beep? Shut the F up. Like, seriously, what's wrong with you, Beep? Shut the F up. Like, seriously, what's wrong with you, Beep?
I'm standing up here bashing the living shit out of Nazis. I'm standing up here bashing the living shit out of Nazis.
I'm standing up here bashing the living shit out of Nazis. I'm standing up here bashing the living shit out of Nazis. I'm standing up here bashing the living shit out of Nazis.
Another one.
Wet ass P-word. Wet ass P-word.
Wet ass P-word. Wet ass P-word. Wet ass P-word. Wet ass P-word.
Wet ass P-word.
Wet ass P-word.
Wet ass P-word.
Wet ass P-word.
Wet ass P-word.
Wet ass P-word.
Wet ass P-word.
Wet ass P-word. Wet ass P-word. Wet ass P-word.
Wet ass P-word.
Sorry, I was having too much fun. This was highbrow art. Oof. When you tell Ben Shapiro you're not circumcised.
Okay, this is epic.
Oh, so good. I'm sorry, chat.
Interceptor.
It was I think Maltesers sent it. It was Maltesers' fault.
Which have a very small number of them in the world, is taking them away from Ukraine, which needs them to protect itself from Russian missiles. And
oh yeah, we saw this guy. I'm gonna wait till white guy gets away. Okay.
Any pictures or videos with the likes of BBC Persian or even
BBC Persian, yes, famously very objective, very objective news source. Whatever BBC local version you have, you know.
Social media, they will be targeted and prosecuted and punished. We are hearing messages from people who are very reluctant in terms of sharing pictures and videos. So our work in terms of finding out exactly what is going on and verifying that has become even more difficult. And also people are talking about many cities having some sort of a military atmosphere. There are many checkpoints, guarded by Basij militia, which make.
He finds it very concerning that there is a very military atmosphere in a country that is at war. Very authoritarian.
It's very difficult to kind of live in the city or
well, yes, and then if you want to improve that, maybe the war should end. And usually the guys that start a war are the ones that end it. Just I don't know, just saying, maybe, I don't know.
Go around in the city.
Berang Tajdin from the BBC Persian service. Well, Israel has also continued hitting Beirut, targeting sites of the Iran-backed group Hezbollah. The health ministry there says 570 people have been killed since the strikes began. Lina Sinjab is in Beirut and explains what she's been experiencing.
Well,
let me go get some shit. I'll be right back. I leave you in the very non-trustworthy hands of the Britoids.
There are attacks day and night here in Lebanon, whether in the south of the capital Beirut or in the south of the country. But these attacks are also going beyond Hezbollah-controlled area or strongholds. This morning around 5 a.m. there was an attack in Aisha Bakkar neighborhood, not far from where I live, which actually shook the country when it started. It was launched from the sea, and it's a residential area, came without a notice. The Israelis say that this is an attack targeting a number of the Islamic group. It targeted 3 apartments in one residential building. But this is an area in the center of the capital, in the center of Beirut. It's a residential area filled with people that have been living there for ages, and they woke up to this strike. Some have been killed, and this is not the first time that the Israelis would target a residential area in the center of Beirut without prior notice. Earlier in the week there was an attack on a hotel nearby by the...
Okay, I'm back. I just gotta eat a little bit. Snack a little bit. Even though my teeth hurt so fucking much, man.
The seaside, the Israelis said they've targeted Iranian Revolutionary Guards, which actually the Iranians came out yesterday to say that 4 Iranian diplomats were killed in this attack on the hotel, Ramada Hotel. But these kind of attacks are sending, shock and fear waves among the Lebanese that nowhere is safe for them. Even those who've been displaced from their homes, and they've reached now 700,000. They feel unsafe because when they've reached a hotel to seek safety, there was an attack as well. The number of people killed so far have reached over 500, and as I mentioned, more than 700,000 are now displaced. The government provided some schools as shelters, but hundreds of thousands are stranded.
Complete blitzkrieg, by the way.
In the streets, in open air, nowhere to go, and no idea when to go back home if their homes are still standing.
Lina Sinjab there in Beirut. Well, 3 commercial ships have been attacked in the Gulf as the conflict with Iran continues to threaten one of the most important shipping lanes for oil in the world. 2 were off the coast of the United Arab Emirates, the 3rd in the Strait of Hormuz. At least 20 crewmen.
What are you eating? Hummus and chips. I'm a degenerate today. I'm drinking 45% proof Marakia, and I'm eating tortilla chips paprika from Billa, plus 65% corn with hummus. I'm a complete fucking dog today. I'm a savage animal. I'm a subhuman freak.
Members were
And I love it.
rescued from this Thai flag cargo ship after it was hit and caught fire. And around 3,000 ships a month would normally pass through the Strait of Hormuz. It's just 21 miles across at its narrowest point, and in normal times, around a fifth of the world's daily supply of oil and gas passes through the strait. So really important. So let's find out the very latest of what is happening there. BBC Verifies Merlin Thomas is here. So just bring us up to date with the most recent details.
Well, as you say, one of the world's most important global trade routes has now become one of the most dangerous for ships to cross through right now. And normally, as you said, around a quarter of all of global maritime oil flows through this strait, and that's about 20 million barrels a day. But the international shipping website Marine Traffic has said that just 4 ships have passed through the strait since Monday. Now, just to be kind of clear about this, tracking these ships has been really difficult because some of them may have turned off their onboard trackers, or sometimes they give out misleading locations as Iran continues to target these vessels that are crossing through.
I hope you get to enjoy some tortilla chips with a lime and some mezcal. Oh. Man. I just told you I'm eating poverty food, man. You fucking talking about some fucking real tortilla chips? Some fucking real lime and some mezcal. Oh, my God. No. I mean, this is good. Don't get me wrong. Many people cannot eat. But, You know, when I worked in the States, one of my jobs was kitchen. I was both prep and front. Fucking hated it. And in prep, they got this fucking Slav boy that has never tasted guacamole in his life. Like, he's never had guacamole. Like guacamole does not fucking exist here, right? It's like making like a Mexican dude make borscht. I would make like 10 tubs. I would spend like 10 hours just making guacamole. And 10 hours just making guacamole. And I loved it so much that I overate it in the first 3 weeks. It was one of the tastiest things I've ever tried in my life. Seriously, massive shout out to Central and South American food in general. But, when you overeat something, it starts, your body starts screaming at you, stop eating that. So it gets nasty to you. So it took me years to be able to eat guacamole again because, it was associated with the American experience that I hated a lot, etc., etc. So I didn't remember it fondly, unfortunately. It got swept up in the negativity, even though there was nothing wrong that the guacamole per se did. And then, I don't know, like a year ago, there's a couple of Mexican joints that opened nearby. And right as you said it, some fucking mezcal. Real G's know what mezcal is, okay? If you're a tequila head, try mezcal. It's just like an unironic level up. Like, I'm sorry. Unless you're really rich and you're drinking some of that crazy tequila shit, which good for you, I guess. If you're here, you're a comrade, and I'm happy you're wealthy. But yeah, I fucking love guacamole. Why am I talking about guacamole? This has nothing to do with any of this. Yes, so random Ugopnik guacamole story. Goes to America. They make the Slav boy make tubs of guacamole. He starts loving it, but then he starts hating it because he's overeating it because it's low-key free and everything else is expensive in that country, and he's working minimum wage. And then it takes years for him to be able to eat guacamole again. And now he loves guacamole again. That's it. Filipinos taught Mexicans how to make mezcal. Let's fucking go. Everything originally comes from the Philippines. We all know it. Like, don't tell the South Americans that it was Arabs that taught them how to make tacos because there was not. They just wanted to make tuners. I owe nobody anything, and I make very in-your-face jokes because every ethnicity should have a feeling of like being able to, joke around with itself, obviously in good taste, and always punching down, of course. And when I contextualize my jokes, nobody cares. The only thing that has ever brought me like relatively close to what, these fucking idiots that believe in this fictional thing called cancellation that I might have experienced is when I unironically told Central and South Americans, after having watched the documentary, by the way, I told them, yo, do you know that the tacos were made by Arab immigrants that just wanted to make doners, but there was no local, no local shit that can make the same thing as a doner, so they made a local interpretation, which is a taco. I think I received like 150 private DMs on Discord in the next week. I wasn't even saying that's my opinion. I was like, I watched the documentary and that's what they said. Motherfuckers lost their mind. It's like I slapped their mother and took a shit on their bed. It's like, holy fucking shit. Like, man. And like some of them would go into like shit like, man, I never had anything against the Arabs, but now I hate them because of what like, what the fuck are you talking? What is going on? I just said like it was a hot take. Tacos Arabes is a thing in Mexico, of course, but the joke is like it's not just tacos Arabes, it's like all tacos that are, Arabic. There you go. I'm already triggering them. That's fucking. I hate. They just use the word triggering. I sound like the gayest man in Dubai, Andrew Tate. But like they're losing their shit. Look at them. No, bro, just 2 types of tacos. Tacos Arabes and al pastor. It was Lebanese immigrants. Okay, Lebanese Arab. You get my fucking point. Oh. And now they calm down. Now they don't want to seem emotional. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Anyways, cheers, chat. We are reaching the second hour. If you would like to support what we do here, and baby, buy me a mezcal, buy me some lime on that cold old taco. Support an old boy who once, for some reason, made a bunch of fucking guacamole for Yanks, now being a communist streamer on the internet. If you'd like to support that pivot, do consider paying your taxes, ! Tax, getting us closer to Gamba so we can all celebrate together, or having some fun and allowing this show to remain in the style that it is in, where it can fuck around with our dear South and Central American friends by telling them that their tacos are Arab. Oh, man. Oh, God, fucking damn it. Anyways, yes, love you guys. Please do consider supporting the show. Let's make those numbers go up. These are rookie numbers. Cheers. Let's continue with the coverage.
Linked to the US and Israel will be allowed to pass. Well, let's speak to our business correspondent in New York, Michelle Fleury. So, Michelle, we're talking about the impact of the war on oil prices. Let's start with what the
Thank you, Y35L, for that mezcal, baby.
Markets have been doing today.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the
Young's being like, this is the most authentic guac I've ever had. Meanwhile, a fucking Slav teenager in the back is fucking milking, cutting them onions, bro.
The markets actually react negatively, and in terms of oil price, which everyone obviously has been paying such close attention to, actually it didn't make that much of a difference to the price.
Meanwhile, in the background, like, šta jedu ovo zeleno sranje, brate, jebote, koji je ovo kurac, ne razumijem, jedu zelenu supu nekim, ispečenim malim trouglastim hlebićima, bre, mamu da im jebem u pečku. I onda probaš i si ujebote. Srbija do Meksika, brate, ujebote, ovo je do jaja, brate. Ovo je neverovatno, brate. Speaking of very good sauce, Lesbian Hot Sauce, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Shout out to my dear friend, Lesbian Hot Sauce, friend of the show. Everybody go give a follow. Thank you for the raid. I hope you had a lovely stream. We were just talking about guacamole while I'm eating hummus. Hummus, the Arab guacamole. And I'm like dropping conspiracies about different food categories and making chat very irresponsibly hangry, you know? All I understood was vato. I told a story about that as well. That was the nicest part of like a kitchen culture shock. Like, I go in, everybody treating me like shit except the fucking immigrants, of course. Because now in their eyes, I'm a fellow fucking immigrant, so they don't give a shit. And one of this fucking Mexican guy, he's like 1 meter and a knife. Like, the guy is like very short. We're like, oh, vato. And I'm like, what the fuck? Does this guy fucking speak Serbo-Croatian? Because literally, we have the same word. It just sounds a little bit different. It's bato instead of vato. Bato. Those two sound the same. If a Mexican goes to Zagreb or Belgrade or Sarajevo, he's gonna hear vato the same way as I heard bato. And I'm like, there's no way. Like, motherfucker, you're from the fucking Americas. There's no way you're fucking Latino ass motherfucker. Like, why the fuck you saying fucking Slavic words at me? Like, I was like, I genuinely thought he was trolling me for like 2 weeks. I kept telling him, dude, you don't have to like use a fucking Serbo-Croatian word at me. Like, you're being nice, but also you're kind of like, like just speak English to me. Like, it's fucking chill. But no, the guy was just speaking fucking Spanish. Like, for 2 weeks, I was like, this guy's like being too nice. Like, he's kind of annoying. Like, you don't have to, like, sure, yeah, ooh, you're a foreigner guy. Like, oh, I keep calling you Bato. Like, I'm like, okay, chill the fuck out, Because he would speak English to everybody else. But when I was around, he was calling people Vato. And I was like, it's because of me. No, the guy was just calling people Vato because he calls people Vato. But yeah, incredible similarity. There you go. Cross-continental, nonetheless. We are all part of one family. But yes, please, mods, shout out to Lesbian Hot Sauce. Every chatter in here that does not follow Lesbian Hot Sauce, you're a dumb cunt. Like, seriously. Yeah, go follow. And thank you for the raid. Anyways, enough of my rant. Let's talk about Dying in a Mushroom Cloud, part 77.
I recognize they're all hit. Certainly the Thai ship should not have been trying to transit. It is not safe to transit right now. You need to wait for the United States to establish the conditions for it to be safe, and then for the United States to establish a convoy operation system to get them through as much as we did 40 years ago.
You talk about a convoy operation system.
Look, see this guy? We're going live to one of this man's arteries. This is how much blood is getting into his heart. Same like the American Empire. Eventually, it will blow the fuck up. This guy be like, man, I really know a lot about the Strait of Hormuz because I fucking feel like the Strait of Hormuz every morning when I eat something a little bit more fatty.
I was reading that you said that would take at least 2 weeks or something to get that up and running and would require a high ratio of warships to tankers. Just tell us how a convoy operation might actually work.
You're absolutely right. I said 2 weeks. And by the way, that's the amount of time I think it's going to take to significantly degrade. Because the first thing you need to do is significantly degrade the mines, the missiles, the drones, and the fast attack craft that Iran has that they could bring into the straits. Take about 2 weeks to continue to remove and degrade that capability, and then you establish. It starts with an unblinking eye, a staring IS, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance satellites that report down to the commander exactly what's going on. That's an improvement from 40 years ago when we didn't have it. And then you have I would have about 2 combat air patrol stations with 2 F-15s or F-18 fighter jets on there with a very specific advanced persistent kill weapon system rocket. That's a counter-drone rocket that's been 95% effective in Ukraine and in current operations here by the U.S. Against drones. And then I'd have to actually escort the ships, air defense destroyers. So like...
Dude. What in the mother of all fucking Hoi 4 players? This motherfucker, like, he's being asked a question like, how would you tackle this incredibly complex case in the Hoi, in the Strait of Hormuz? And he's replying with, like, I would do 3 airplane carriers, 17 F-15s, 22 F-14s, 38 F-204, 20, 69, 67, 67s. Okay, bro. Fucking... Get the DLC, dude.
U.S. Aegis, Arleigh Burke-class destroyers. The British have a similar destroyer, as do the Japanese, Koreans, other navies, and the French. And then those escort, and I would probably, there's lots of ways you could do this, but I'd probably do 2 tankers to 1 ship escorts. and then have a series of these.
You hear the Iranians when they said, death to all Americans, except for the blacks. I saw a bunch of TikToks of them like interviewing people that were celebrating the newly elected Ayatollah. And one lady's like, death to all Americans, except for the blacks. Fucking man. Oh, my God. That is good propaganda right there.
Going through like a mother duck with a couple ducklings, and then 5 to 8, 10 miles behind another pair.
That's a lot of resource, though, isn't it? And I'm assuming that's resource that could also be used in terms of combat with Iran.
That's right. But 2 weeks from now, those resources will be able to be repurposed. As we've finished off the 13 or 14,000 strike packages that are going to hit Iran over a 3-week period total. So I think those are the aircraft are available. Some ships are having to flow in. There's no doubt about it. And so they'll join, because the current number of what are called large surface combatants or destroyers, I think, is insufficient to do this. The current number in theater. So you're going to need to bring more in. Maybe you'll get some from allies for this very defensive mission, and then you can begin the escorting. That we escorted 2 or 3 per destroyer back in the late 1980s. We did 250 125 escort missions to move about 300 ships. There's currently close to that number of ships now. So this is going to take some time once you start. But you need to do this right. You need to do this safely. You need to do this with a minimum amount of military risk. Because the worst thing that can happen is if you start convoy operations and you have a successful attack on a tanker, the ability to restart convoy operations will be a much higher requirement after that.
You talk about convoy operations. I mean, what's the other way round?
Thank you, Dave, for the raid. Welcome in, Dave. Thank you very much. Oilers, now we have 2 raids. Everybody, go give Dave a follow. Dear friend of the show. We have 2 raids. If anybody was thinking about oiling me the fuck up or paying their taxes, now's the moment to do it. We have so many new friends. Don't you want to keep your new friends? Don't you want to hold hands, sing Kumbaya, and run in circles, also known as a folk dance? Yes, you do. Well, paint the chat purple right now. Pay your taxes. Make them feel welcome. This is an Eastern house. We treat our guests like guests. We give them treats. And on Twitch, treats are subscriptions. You know what to do, chat. Make them feel nice and welcome. Serve them some tea. Serve them some hummus. Serve them some shopska salata. Pour them a little rakia.
There isn't really, unless the conflict ends.
Or maybe you're bad hosts. I don't know. It's on you.
That's right. And even then, I'm not sure how secure it is. It depends whose terms it ends on. And then what I will tell you, there's a little bit of opportunity with cross-strait pipeline for Saudi Arabia across its peninsula to the Red Sea. And the United Arab Emirates has a pipeline down to Oman. And then, as your commentator mentioned, basically 20 days worth of fuel was just authorized for release from international stowage spaces.
Okay, thank you so much. It's really interesting to hear your thoughts on this. That's former US Navy Rear Admiral, Senior Director of the Foundation for Defense of Democracies, Mark Montgomery. Thank you.
Let's hear that again. Fuck this guy, man. I fucking hate this guy and his whole family. Listen to it.
Okay, thank you so much. It's really interesting to hear your thoughts on this. That's former US Navy Rear Admiral, Senior Director of the Foundation for Defense of Democracies, Mark.
I want to hear that again. Come on, that is music to me here. It's just let's hear that again. You can also just say Adolf Hitler. You can just say thank you, Mr. Adolf Hitler. Listen to that again.
Spaces.
Okay, thank you so much. It's really interesting to hear your thoughts on this. That's former US Navy Rear Admiral, Senior Director of the Foundation for Defense of Democracies, Mark Montgomery. Thank you.
So the entirety of his job is, I am in charge of this very significant NGO/think tank, and I believe you should buy more weapons. And I definitely don't indirectly work for weapon manufacturing corporations. That's 100% of his day job. Like it's more weapons. Buying them is good idea. Do you love democracy? If you do, buy more weapons.
Obvious for everyone that Iran's approach in the Gulf seems to be sort of spreading the pressure of the war across the wider region, so that especially focusing on the trade and energy, And
it's very nice to hear all these marginal voices. Man. I'm considering joining the very niche profession of white talking head for hire. I hear they're lacking. Like there's not a lot of pools that they can pull from when it comes to employing white guy talking heads.
And the recent example is the drone attack on fuel storage in Salah port in Oman, and that's the kind of message they want to send, in a sense that they want to create chaos that will signal that this war is not worth fighting, so that they pressurize the Gulf countries as well as the United States to stop this war. And it's a sort of a do or die strategy, as they put it. And the IRGC is very much an expert in doing so. So asymmetrical war that is basically there's no winning in it, but and it's not in no capacity. It's not conventional military fighting. But then
yes, compared to American conventional military, which has murdered over 2,500 Iranians, including literally hundreds of school children. Yes, let us paint the Iranians as asymmetrical fucking insurgency type of fighters while they are hitting either military installations or economic centers as a way to negotiate or create a better pattern towards a better path towards negotiating with the people that have started this war. For fuck's sakes, man. Literally, like, the evil, insane, barbaric Browns of the East are fighting such an insanely, I know this is an oxymoron, but an insanely civilized war where they are hitting, like, they're hitting the wallets of the enemy. And not civilian targets or just random fucking infrastructure. That's what I've been saying since the beginning of this war. This is a war in which Iran loses if it loses its women and its children. And a war in which the only way for America to lose is if people complain too much about how expensive chicken wings have become. That is why unipolarity is disgusting. Because of this imbalance.
Means that you raise the cost of conflict, and the other party will stop the war.
Okay, Shada, thank you so much for bringing us up to date on what we know from inside Iran. That's Shada from the BBC's Persian service. Now, Iran continues to retaliate, attacking its neighbours in the region. The United Arab Emirates Ministry of Defence says that Iran has fired more than 260 ballistic missiles in its direction since the start of the war, with 241 of those intercepted and destroyed. And several fuel storage tankers in Oman's port of Salalah have been struck by drones. Meanwhile, sources have told CBS News, the BBC's American partner, that an Iranian drone attack in Kuwait, which killed 6 US service members at the start of the war, was more severe than revealed, with dozens suffering injuries, including brain trauma, shrapnel wounds and burns. Meanwhile, some banks in Dubai and Qatar have evacuated their offices after Iran said it would attack economic and banking targets in the Gulf in retaliation for US strikes on a bank in Tehran. Well, let's discuss what's happening in the Gulf region by speaking to Kuwait's former information minister, Said bin Tefla al-Ajmi, who's now a journalist and lecturer. Welcome to BBC News. Good to have you on. First of all, Kuwait's always been a good ally of the United States. How has this latest military action altered the equation?
Thanks for having me. Indeed, Kuwait has always been a strong ally of the United States and the United Kingdom, but we have said all along that we are not supportive of this war. We don't want this war to be launched by the United States and Israel against Iran. We have always thought that only peace and negotiations can be the only venue for bringing about a better understanding rather than the mayhem of war.
But of course, the war continues on and Iran has been attacking your country. Just tell us what's been happening in the last couple of days and how you and other people are actually managing with day-to-day life in a war?
Well, in Kuwait City, we haven't heard the sirens in the past 48 hours or so, and we were hoping that this means that the Iranian rockets are diminishing, as the American War Secretary Pete Hegseth said yesterday in his press conference. But apparently, they are aiming at Bahrain, our brother countries of Bahrain, Qatar, United Arab Emirates, and just recently, a couple of hours ago, in Salalah, about 1,000 miles away from the Iranian border, south in Oman. Oman is the mediator all along between the United States and Iran in order to bring about peace. And this just shows the kind of desperation by the Iranians to hit everybody, hoping that that would pressurize the United States through its allies to stop the war against them.
You talk about Oman being a key negotiator. Of course, many countries in the Persian Gulf have been middlemen, shall we say, for trying to kind of reach some sort of diplomatic agreement. Is there any diplomatic way forward now?
To the best of my knowledge, there is an ongoing, behind doors and behind closed doors negotiations trying to stop the war. We know that there is a draft resolution by the only Arab member state in the Security Council to bring about a resolution to stop the war, i.e. namely Bahrain, which is the only Arab member of the Security Council now. Now, is this going to happen soon? The thing is that we think that it is only the Iranians and the Americans who can stop this war. The Iranians through whatever happens inside Iran itself, and the Americans through President Trump, realizing that, as he said, there are no more targets to hit in their...
Hi, I'm back, and my tooth hurts like a motherfucker. IRC said they were easing attacks on neighbors to focus more on striking Israel.
Targets of banks of target.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. Former Information Minister of Kuwait, Saeed bin Tefla Al-Ajmi. Thank you.
UAE is like 90% expats country, 90% immigrants. Expats don't exist. And the UAE is an apartheid state in which you cannot receive citizenship or full rights no matter how long you live there. It is literally an apartheid state.
Around the world.
It's an insanely racist apartheid state, yeah.
And across the UK, this is BBC News.
How's it racist? What do you call not considering people that move to that country equal level of human being as Emiratis? Because that's what it means when you de facto cannot give citizenship to people, no matter how much they contribute to the economy, the culture, the way of life, or the country, and for no matter how many years. That's racism, unironically, towards any ethnicity that tries to move there. I don't give a shit if it's a guy from Germany or from Kenya or from India. If you have a system in which there is a distinct rule of law for immigrants and for locals, but the immigrants can never become locals, that is not only apartheid, that is also just that is apartheid. It's just racist cunt.
The whereabouts of the women she was with here in Brisbane, so the whole group has had to be relocated.
To be fair, you can't get citizenship on almost any Arab country, yes, and that's extremely fucked up and stupid.
Consequences of having briefly considered staying. Katie, what now awaits Mohaddis Zolfi when she returns? Will her family now be safe, or will she face
propaganda next? I don't give a shit.
And it was below us. They are saying those targeted belong to a certain party. We don't know. All I know is we are in shock.
Several deaths and injuries were reported as the war escalates. Already, hundreds have been killed. Hundreds of thousands of others displaced.
We are in the heart of Beirut.
This is the third time the Israeli military has targeted an area outside Hezbollah's traditional strongholds. We have to wear helmets because of falling glass and debris. Families were asleep when the missiles came in. The explosions caused damage throughout the neighborhood, worsening conditions for an already poor society.
We heard the first blast. I grabbed my wife and daughter and took them to another room, and then we heard a second blast.
Yet another traumatic incident for a population still reeling from multiple crises in recent years. The last war, only 2 years ago. And there's no end in sight to the latest confrontation. The Lebanese government is offering to direct talks with Israel. Israel says it will not negotiate and that the war will end when Hezbollah disarms. But Hezbollah says it won't surrender. Zana Khuder, Al Jazeera, Beirut.
Al Jazeera had a disgusting opinion piece by some Saudi nutsack ghoul the other day. I said it since the beginning of this war. Like Al Jazeera, while being one of the best sources when it comes to reporting, might not be the best source of all time in this particular conflict because Qatar is involved in the way that Qatar is involved. Usually because Qatar is almost borderline irrelevant to most geopolitical situations, let's call it that, sometimes by design and sometimes unintentionally. Al Jazeera ends up being a pretty decent source. But now when it unfortunately has a higher level of subjectivity, of course you should take most of the things they say with as much grain of salt as you do other places.
Correspondent Osama bin Javed joins us here in the studio once again. He's covered Iran extensively over the years. Donald Trump says that Iran's military has been destroyed, sitting here in the Gulf with missiles.
The Lebanese government is offering to surrender the country and help ease the annexation to not inconvenience the Israeli masters. The Middle Eastern century of humiliation continues. But some very proud people from the Middle East refuse to continue this century of humiliation. And the history of the Middle East will be defined on whether those who love the boot or those who refuse the boot dominate the other group.
Being intercepted overhead, it clearly hasn't. What is the situation and what's Iran's strategy right now?
Well, Iran's been laying out its strategy from the very beginning, that it's ready for a long war. It's ready for an asymmetrical war. It's ready for a war that is going to disrupt, not to overtake. So what you're seeing in the Strait of Hormuz is essentially the Iranians are not lining up their ships to block the Strait of Hormuz. They're essentially targeting it with one or two drones, with an underwater vessel, with a couple of missiles. And they bring one tanker down, and the rest is shut by the insurers and the crews who have to navigate the Strait of Hormuz. They don't have to physically man it. In terms of the missiles and the drones that you're seeing, they've got multiple launch sites across the length and breadth of the country where teams, which are a part of their diverse, decentralized chain of command, is essentially in place where each one of these units comes into play at a certain time. And as long as you don't have blanket cover over Iran, you can't take them all out. So the message from Iran is that of defiance. It wants to show the United States and the regional countries that it can very well dig its heels in and disrupt this system for a very long period of time and give these casualties that you're seeing overhead in the skies of Doha. You've seen 3 tankers being hit in the Strait of Hormuz today. The airport in Dubai has come under attack. So all of this goes to show that, yes, there could be a lot of bluster, but that will also Iranians will come back with their own version of it.
And you talk about the chain of command, the Iranian leadership. There are media reports that the new supreme leader was wounded at the start of the war. We haven't seen him yet. That's perhaps not surprising, given the fact that he's a target for the US and Israel. What do we know?
Well, he is an elusive figure. You don't usually see Mujtaba Khamenei in public. He's somebody who was the advisor to the supreme leader, somebody who's really kept to the shadows for a very long period of time. And for security reasons, it is understandable that they wouldn't parade him in public or even hold the funeral of the assassinated supreme leader. What we know about his health is that there have been multiple rumors that have been doing the rounds for the last 48 hours. It was initially attributed to Israeli intelligence sources that he was wounded. Pete Hegseth was asked this question, and he said that, well, he wouldn't disclose operational details. And the only thing that we've heard from a semi-official, reliable source is the son of the president, who said that he knows that he's okay. But it appears that, Iranians would want this cloud of ambiguity, this supreme leader who is leading but is not visible, and they'd want the Americans to fall into this trap. But again, I mean, a lot of this, if you speak to the Iranians right now, they will say that a lot of this is psychological warfare, that the Americans and the Israelis will come after each successor as long as the Israelis keep replacing them.
And what do you make of the size of the crowds we saw today for those mass funerals, the grief that was on show in Tehran?
I think when we talk about the art of war in the information space, the Iranians have their own version of it. So
okay, I'm just hearing arguments repeat on top of each other, like on repeat, on repeat, on repeat. Let's see a couple of TikToks. I'm going to leave because my teeth are fucking dying.
Turns out you can still get a ticket for driving with
this
a
was
device
pretty
in the right
crazy.
hand, even if you don't have a right hand.
All right, man. So you're gonna receive a citation for wireless communication device handheld while driving. We gotta put the phone down.
Dude, he has exactly the fucking accent that I knew that he was gonna have.
The motor vehicle.
Oh, and you put on there that you saw me with my right hand holding it, yeah?
I did not put that. No, if you want to take it to
But
court,
that's what you said when you pulled me over, yes?
That's what I
That
said,
you
yes.
saw me holding my device with my right
I'm not
hand.
disagreeing with you. Yes, that's what I said.
Okay.
Yes. So if you want to take it to court,
And that's what you saw?
that's what I said.
That's what you said you saw?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. If you
Okay.
want to take it to court, option 5 on the back of the ticket. That's how you take that ticket to court. Do you
Okay.
have any questions for me?
No, thank you.
Have a good day.
Turns out you can still get a ticket for driving with a device in your right hand, even if you don't have a right hand.
Incredible.
The greatest trick of capitalism is that if you ask a cashier who's making $25,000 a year, and you ask a teacher who's making $60,000 a year, and you ask a surgeon who's making $600,000 a year, they'll all tell you that they are middle class. How does that make any sense? The truth is, there is no middle class. If you have to sell your labor for a wage in order to survive, and you can't simply survive off of passive capital accumulation, then you are in a class called the working class. There's only two classes.
I literally made a video about this 10 fucking years ago. God bless beautiful people like this are coming to this fucking conclusion. Finally! Oh my god.
The ruling class.
The middle class is a bourgeois spook. Yes, baby.
And the working class. And right now, the top 10% of U.S.
I love this guy, by the way. Really smart guy. Really, really eloquent.
earners account for almost 50% of all of the consumer spending. And as this wealth disparity increases, it will become obvious that there was never a middle class. And the whole purpose of the middle class was to divide the working class. To make the person who makes $100,000 a year feel superior to the person who's making $60,000 a year. Do not fall victim to this. You are on the same team. The greatest trick of capitalism.
Fucking klasa, bro. Klasa.
From the beginning.
Yeah, okay.
Dad.
I love this so much.
Yeah, okay. Is now a good time to connect?
Yeah, we are connecting. Now is a good time, but soon it won't be. So what do you want?
Okay. I know you're busy. I'll keep it high level. I'll just jump right into the meat and potatoes. I just wanted to catch up about our upcoming departure timeline to JFK.
Yeah, the 600K guy who has a real estate portfolio, same team. You're a stupid cunt. You're a stupid fucking cunt. If he has a real estate portfolio, then he is not a member of the working class anymore, you dumb cunt. Okay? We are talking about if he makes 600K a year from a job that probably his employer makes like 6.8 million on. Okay? Yeah, it's reductive nonsense. How is it reductive to look at class relations, at what underpins class relations? Like saying footballer is working class. Oh my god, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna fucking lose my fucking mind. Your relation to the means of production is what defines your class. Some who have managed to, either through luck or through hard work, or usually a combination of both, develop a very highly niche profession which garners them a higher income inside of the capitalist economy while not exploiting anybody else's labor or while not utilizing the means of production, end up generating more capital, generating more money, they are working class, yes. But if they, yes, most footballers are landlords, yes, but if they then use that money as capital and invest it in, for example, buying a bunch of apartment blocks, they will become landlords, and therefore they will no longer be working class. Yes. Super simplified way to explain it is if you make a salary, then you're working class. Yes. There can be a wider and more complex conversation about whether people who make more money are co-opted into thinking that they are closer to the capitalists than they are to working class people. But that is a manipulation that the TikToker that we previously watched exactly refers to by talking about this fictional idea of a middle class. When you are convinced that your enemy, that the enemy you should focus on is a DJ that makes, I don't know, $200K a year, you immediately stop paying attention to the whale while losing your shit at a fucking fish. A fucking fish that's going to be eaten by the whale together with you. This is very simple. This is very basic Marxian analysis. Come on. I mean, that's what they tell you. The class is tied to your earnings, earnings that usually are completely dwarfed by actual capitalists. Exactly. My point is that just discounting large income is silly because those people on a large income are not the same people who have zero assets. Yes, but the person that we were watching earlier does not discount them potentially having assets. They are specifically mentioning people that have no assets, they can generate capital, because this is what they say at the end.
The greatest trick of capitalism is do not fall victim to this. You are the working class. To make the person who makes $100,000 a year feel superior to the person who's making $60,000 a year. Do not fall victim to this. You are on the same team. All of the consumer spending. And as this wealth disparity increases, it will become obvious that there was never a middle class. And the whole purpose of the middle class was to divide the working class. To make the person who makes $100,000.
The main juxtaposition here is against those who generate wealth through capital accumulation, which is ownership of assets that generate capital, which is generating capital from capital, which is generating capital from investment, etc., etc. But most importantly, through the ownership of the means of production, which specifically makes you bourgeois and not just petit bourgeois, like, you know, I don't know, somebody who invests cash in the stock market the way Marx did. Anyways, I'm out. My teeth hurt too much. I'm going to send you, I don't fucking know. Jesus, they hurt so much. I'm going to send you to the Surfs. I love the Surfs. Here you go. Go see the Surfs. I'll probably see you on Friday or some shit. God damn it, man. I'm going to take a day off tomorrow. It fucking hurts like a motherfucker. On Sunday, I'm going to record. Yeah, probably Friday, Saturday, we do it. We'll see. Much love. Maybe we game tomorrow. If I don't want to cover the same fucking thing for the 700th day in a row. Much love. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Thank you, everybody.